Will Ferrari ever race in IMSA's GTP class? This category has some of the most competitive racing in the WeatherTech Championship, and has a lot of manufacturers that have joined so far. But one brand that's absent is Ferrari. Well, at least they're not there for now. So for this video, I'll talk about Ferrari, and if they'll ever join the GTP category. Well, the good news is, Ferrari already has a race car that can compete in GTP. It's called the 499P, and it's based around the Le Mans hypercar regulations. This car is eligible to race in GTP as it ticks off both boxes on the list. Number one is that the car has to be based upon the LMH or LMDH regulations, it's built on the former, and number two is the brand's eligibility to race in GTP, and thankfully Ferrari can. This is due to IMSA's strict rule, which states that 2,500 road cars must be produced per year by the car brand in order for the manufacturer to participate in GTP. And there is more good news, as the 499P has proven to be competitive in endurance racing. Just look to the World Endurance Championship last year. The Ferrari hypercars were on the overall podium in every single race except one event at Fuji during the 2023 season. So Ferrari themselves can participate, they have a car that can race in the GTP class, and that car is very competitive. So then you might ask the question, why aren't Ferrari racing in this prestigious IMSA category? Well, I think one of the main reasons for this is because of the championship I mentioned a moment ago. Ferrari has made it clear that they're focusing the majority of their attention with their hypercar effort on the World Endurance Championship. Not only is the Italian marque going for their 11th win at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, but Ferrari AF Corse is also trying to challenge Toyota and other manufacturers to take the championship in the hypercar category. Ferrari has expanded their WEC hypercar effort for 2024 by adding on a third Ferrari hypercar for the upcoming season. This effectively means that there will be 3 Ferrari 499Ps competing across the full season of the WEC and at the legendary 24 Hours of Le Mans. Out of all the manufacturers that have built Le Mans hypercars, excluding Aston Martin as they're joining IMSA's category in 2025, Ferrari has the best chance of entering the GTP class in the near future. It's already set in stone that Glickenhaus, Vanwall, and Isotta Fraschini cannot compete in IMSA's GTP category as they do not fulfill the 2,500 road car rule that IMSA has in place. I don't think the team of Toyota Gazoo Racing has the ability to field a second program of hypercars in IMSA, plus I think Toyota is focusing the majority of their attention on the WEC and Le Mans. And as for Peugeot, I don't think they have an interest in GTP, especially considering that the French marque doesn't sell cars in the United States where IMSA is primarily based, and so I don't think it would be beneficial for them to send over the 9X8 hypercar to events in North America outside of the World Endurance Championship. So besides Aston Martin, the manufacturer Ferrari is realistically the best option to join GTP. Now I do want to mention that it's not like the Ferrari name is nowhere to be seen in IMSA, because in fact, the Italian marque is present in the GT ranks of the main championship. Ferrari's GT3 race car, the 296, is competing in the GTD classes of IMSA this year. The majority of the Ferrari entries are entered into the Michelin endurance rounds, although Conquest Racing's number 34 GTD entry is a full season Ferrari 296 GT3. And the Ferrari 296 entries have been pretty successful in IMSA competition so far. Just look at the recent edition of the Rolex 24, when Risi Competizioni took their number 62 entry to the win in the GTD Pro class. Now, let me tell you about the real possibility of a Ferrari hypercar coming over to IMSA one day, because while they're focusing their attention on the World Endurance Championship, there is still a possibility that a 499P could be on the GTP grid in the near future. Now, Ferrari has stated that a factory 499P hypercar effort in IMSA likely won't be happening, but a customer 499P, on the other hand, could happen in the near future. The team heavily linked to run a customer 499P in the future of IMSA is Risi Competizioni. And according to an article put out by ItalianMotorsport.com, Risi Competizioni team boss Giuseppe Risi spoke to IMSA Radio about a potential customer 499P. Now, of course, he didn't confirm that a 499P will be coming to IMSA, but there he highlighted that it might be possible in the future. The 499P is a truly very complex car. It could also be developed as a private team, but it requires a very important financial commitment for this to happen. Risi went on to say that it could be a couple of years until this happens, and that the team is thinking about it, but he once again highlighted that they would need significant financial support for this to happen. I think if the Ferrari 499P ever made its way over to IMSA to compete in events such as the Rolex 24, I think it would have a very strong chance at winning. Remember, this car is the same hypercar that took the victory of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and that wasn't any ordinary event. Alongside the two Ferraris were 14 more hypercars. Ferrari had to battle Toyota for the overall lead across the majority of the 24-hour event. This was also the 499P's debut at Le Mans, and the first time Ferrari was seriously apparent in prototype endurance racing with a factory effort since 1973. I think if Ferrari joined with the 499P in the form of a customer entry from a team like Risi Competizioni, I think this would not just be great for Ferrari, but also IMSA themselves. To have a brand that's as prestigious as Ferrari compete in GTP with other car manufacturers such as Porsche and Cadillac, for example, and race with a car that has won the 24 Hours of Le Mans overall is very beneficial for IMSA's reputation as a motorsport organization. So to have Ferrari participating in GTP, racing for overall victories in classic sports car endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona or 12 Hours of Sebring would not just be great for Ferrari themselves, but for IMSA too. Do you think Ferrari will ever enter the IMSA GTP class? And if they do, will Risi Competizioni jump on the opportunity to run a customer 499P in IMSA? Well, as always, feel free to let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly suggest you do so, considering I make endurance racing content mainly on WEC and IMSA every single week. And if you want to see another video, check out the options on the screen. So for now, that's it from me. I'll see you all in the next video.